Hey. In my earlier video that I done just a little while ago, I was on my rant about makeup, exes, domestic violence, racism, whole bunch of different things. But I don't know, I think I said a few things about my granddaughter, which is very different for me to say granddaughter, because I've been saying grandsons for 19 years. Because my daughter has a 19-year-old, a 10-year-old, and now I think she is 8 days old. Might be seven days, something like that. Anyway, I discussed that she had the esophagus issue, where her esophagus is connected to her windpipe. She was born like that, which they should have caught while my daughter was pregnant. This makeup is looking a little booty. But they did not. And they say it's rare, but they don't catch it. I want to say 87% of the time. I forget the numbers. Just don't quote me on no numbers. Don't quote me on nothing. If I tell you something, go look it up. Don't, I'm talking from my heart and from my own experience. And I'm talking sometimes to hear me, for my own journey. It's my little journey. If you want to go along with me and share yours with me, which some of you do, and my gratitude is high, and I'm very, very thankful. Grateful that you come to listen to me if you do. If not, I'm going to listen to me. But yeah, her esophagus was connected at the bottom part to her windpipe. And the top part was just closed off. So if that esophagus and the bottom of her esophagus, I don't know if it's called that or not, but it's all the esophagus. It all needs to come together. And if it had not come together when he done the surgery, we would have had some bigger issues, and we would have had to wait. But when they brought it together, and then they did the esophagram, we saw that there was a leak. Where they brought it together, there was a tiny leak. But that tiny leak, is going to cause problems, because you can't have anything going down your throat that gets in your windpipe, because that is going to cause you to choke. So basically, she wasn't eating. I have to tell you the story one day, the whole story as to how what was happening that let us know that she was not taking that food down her throat, which, mind you, we were trying to feed her when she was born, because they instructed us to. But I was looking at the fact that, they kept saying that this mucus that was coming up, and the milk that was coming up, oh, that's regular, all of that. Didn't look regular to me after 8 hours of what I was looking at. You never gonna be able to put this baby down, is what I told my daughter, because I'm scared to lay her down. Every time I take my eye away from her, something is coming up and out. This is not going to be good when you go home. And they discharge you in 24 hours. You getting up out of the hospital now. It's probably some insurance thing, whatever. If you're healthy, maybe you can leave, but they don't know if you're healthy or not, and they don't know if the baby is completely healthy or not. But they may send people out in a bad situation. But before it got there, I opened my mouth and kind of got the looks like, we done already told you what this is. That's not regular. It's not regular. So eventually, I guess I'm telling part of the story anyway, they try to put a camera down there, or down her throat, or something, a line, to see what they wanted to see, what was in her belly, whatever. Well, they couldn't get nothing through, because there was no opening. So she had a little teeny pocket down there, and everything she was swallowing was holding there until it came back up through her nose. Basically, we were choking her. She choked all day long. and she choked all day long. Even after we got her out of that situation, she had to be taken over to another hospital, which caused her mother grand distress. But of course, the baby was under more distress, but they were both a mess. But just watching this baby go through this, they were doing all they could, but at the same time, they have to take it easy. This is a few day old infant. Her tissues are soft already. They were doing all they could. Honestly, Dr. Pham was the best. He was awesome. He still is, because he's still her doctor, and we're not out of the woods according to them. But having to put larger tubes inside of her, and these big tubes, I think, laid on her lung and caused one of her lungs to not be so healthy. I'm gonna say it like that. So it's been a minute, but for the last 2 days, they were able to take her off the vent. I sometimes just have a hard time saying ventilator, but to take her off of the breathing machine, and she's breathing 100% right now as of last night on her own. He still has concern about the lung. He still has concern about the tear. But she's doing better. And whatever was leaking out of the side, which would have been her spittle, one of the things would have been her spittle, because she couldn't eat. They was trying to get things through her stomach through a feeding tube, but that kind of got a little scary too, because she was physically just looked like she was getting weaker, and different terminologies and stuff that was going on. I can't tell you all them terminologies, but she was the mucus was still coming out, the fluids was still coming out of her mouth. We had some coming out of her side, but the side hoses, it was 2 of them in her, they kept getting blocked. They were blocked at one point by a blood clot. I guess the next time, we're not sure until he goes in if that one is blocked, but it wasn't putting out anything. So we're hoping it wasn't putting out anything, because there's nothing to put out. That means it's going in the right place. If it's not, then that means it's pooling in the side of her body, which it was doing that at one point. And yeah, it's been a lot. I ain't complaining though, because the baby girl is still here, and she wanted to eat yesterday. They would let us take her little passy and dip it in my daughter's milk and put it on her tongue, and then they gave her something called a sweetie. It's really a sweet water drops, and put that on her tongue and then give her the passy. When I say she was trying to take the rubber off that passy, she did. She wants to eat, so she stared a lot. She was just physically wanting to either be held and fed, but we can't hold her because she has the big hoses, and that's probably going to cause a lot of pain. It causes some anytime you move her, because of course you got big hoses in your chest. So I think that's what I came up here to tell you. I hadn't done an update about her and how God is working. He is touching and finding favor and showing the doctors because it's been, I think, a little bit different for everybody, nurses and everything, because I think each case, as they say, none of them are like, you got some similarities, but each child is going to handle each case differently. So we're thankful. We pray that everything is still well today. I'm going to go to church, and then I'm going to head back that way. And we have an app with the hospital. They'll send you out updates, and the last 2 updates were good. that she was very happy. And, well, I ain't gonna say happy because I ain't seen no smiling and stuff yet, but she very, very young. And she's been through a lot. So we looking forward to seeing what her smile looks like, and her little character. I can say she hungry. And to me, and I could be a little biased, I think she's a sweetheart. I think what she's been through, she's tried to do very little crying. Now, there's a point when they had all that stuff down her throat, she was crying, but there was no sound. So her mouth was wide open, but there was no sound. And that is sad to see. Even though, you know, nobody wants to particularly just hear a baby cry, 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 cry. That's why you go and see to them and make sure that they stay, you know, that needs are taken care of. And if they just want to be picked up and stuff like that, well, sometimes you gotta let them cry so that you don't spoil them. But right now, she probably gonna get spoiled. She probably gonna get picked up every time she cry. Yeah. But not, you know, not starting now, because of course she still has all that stuff in her. But I feel like I would pick her up. So anyway, that's the deal for now. And yeah, we are grateful. So I will talk to you guys another time. Remember, your story matters. We all have one, and some of it is being written as we live, day by day. Stories are still being made. Like the story of this makeup on my face. What is really going on? Anyway, bye.